sing the craziest songs by myself. Like I will sing my life. Like the other day.
I want to hear that.
It's a free flow, so it just pops out.
We have microphones around here.
Sometimes I record it into my phone if it's really good. But most of the time it's just like off the top of my head, just these riffs about what I'm doing. Like I'm making a cheese sandwich and it should taste really good, but it doesn't, you know, like just crazy stuff. And then I'm like, gosh, I need to get help. Welcome to Lick the Spoon.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay. So I have something special for you. So one of the popular things on the TikToks and whatever are to do this, like the Am I an A-hole stories. I don't know if you've seen those before. So it's like, yeah. So somebody will read a story that they find on Reddit or Facebook about someone asking strangers on the internet if they're being unreasonable or whatever. And a few weeks ago or a few episodes ago, we were talking about bridezillas and like bad bride behavior. Yes. And like you were like, I cannot believe these people. And I was like, Jayme, you don't even know. No. And so then I went and I found like on Facebook and on Reddit some different stories of people asking if they're in the wrong or being the a-hole about wedding stuff. So I'm going to read them to you. We're going to talk about them.
Okay, good.
And just really do a deep dive into like what is wrong with people. Okay. So the title of this is Kicked Out of the Bridal Party for Asking About Travel. Okay. So my best friend of over 10 years chose me to be maid of honor. Was very excited. Made plans and had some wedding gifts made for her upcoming wedding. Booked and paid for the hotel, etc. I FaceTimed her to catch up and talk about the day. Been basically the only thing we have talked about for months. I asked her how she is getting between the ceremony and the reception and if me and the other bridesmaids will be arriving together. This was an unexpected mistake. Lo and behold, the next day I get a text message asking me to step down as maid of honor because my conversation about travel provided stress and negativity to her day. She did tell me on the call that people who were talking about how tricky it was to travel there, she picked an odd location and she told them that they did not need to come. The bride said to me that she doesn't care who is there, but I didn't think much of it until that text later that day. Bridezilla has been regularly asking me how my dress is and if it's fitting okay. I thought natural paranoia, but this incident sorry, this girl does not have good grammar. I'm trying to fix it on the fly and it's not working. Okay. Bridezilla had regularly been asking me how my dress is and if it's fitting okay. I thought natural paranoia, but after this incident, I was like, why is she asking me weekly? So I looked at the dress and discovered she actually ordered me a size smaller than I asked for. One size smaller. She said that when I told her that one of my friends was getting divorced, it put doubt into her day and getting married. I was confused since I didn't know anyone freshly getting divorced. Then I remember my friend leaving her husband because she came out of the closet and fell in love with another woman. This woman has a lot of stuff happening in her life. All this happened before Bridezilla was even engaged, and I haven't spoken to her about it since this revelation. Extra baffling there. Ultimately, I've lost my best friend since school over a bridesmaid arriving together. I don't know what to do with her personalized gifts. Should I still send them to her? That was a whirlwind of a story.
It sure was.
Like, that was a lot to process. Sorry I did not read it ahead of time because I wanted to be equally as surprised, and I was.
Yeah, that was a lot. I think there was some irrelevant information, kind of a tangent.
There was quite a few like just missteps in here. But can you imagine just asking someone a question and then freaking out and being like, you're not in my wedding?
So clearly she was responding out of proportion to that instance, but that was like the straw that broke the camel's back or something, because there has to be a way more going on related to that, don't you think?
I don't know. People are weird.
Who know? Yeah, we don't know. We don't know the story.
Sometimes too, I think people like hold grudges to a point where it's just like that one thing. It's like, now I can get rid of you, you know, or something like that.
Yeah,
maybe. I don't know.
We're only hearing one person's viewpoint, but dang.
I think she's better off. Because it's like, you don't want a friend like that that's going to go off and be like, how can you blame someone else for your mood about your wedding because they talked about someone leaving their husband because they fell in love with another woman? Like, how you jumped to that is beyond.
Yeah, I don't even know. So what's she asking?
She's asking like, what should she give her the gifts that she got personalized? I would, because I wouldn't want them.
Yeah.
Just give them and like, just be like, love your ex best friend, you dirty wench. Like, just do something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was interesting. That was a lot. Here's another story. This one is better written, but still this one's actually kind of horrible. So this was on Facebook. It says, I want my fiance to get rid of his 5-year-old daughter.
What?
Yes. She's like, my 32-year-old fiance has a 5-year-old daughter. Her mother passed away when she was giving birth to her. He has been raising her ever since he lost his wife, with the help of his family, of course. I am now in the picture and we're going to get married in 2023, and I am 6 months pregnant with his son. I'm not the stepmother type, so I know I won't treat his daughter the same way that I will treat my son. To be quite honest, she annoys me, and she's very attached to her daddy, which makes me afraid that my son will not be able to bond with his father because of her. Basically, I want to tell my fiance to get rid of her. She can live with her grandparents, or we can find her a nice couple that wants to adopt a child. I don't know how to approach the situation, but I need to find a way to convince my fiance to get rid of her. I'm not a bad person. I'm just trying to look out for my son and make sure that he will get all his father's attention that he deserves. Please help.
Okay, my jaw is dropped.
I hope it's fake.
I hope they don't get married.
Can you imagine, like, I want you to get rid of your kid? I wouldn't even get rid of, like, a pet for a partner. You know what I mean?
Dang. That's brutal.
That's like not someone you want to raise children with.
Okay, so she's clearly
jealous
thinking
and
about only thinking about herself. And she, people when they're pregnant and making all those kind of relationship adjustments, I mean, she's processing. But why is she asking Facebook this? This is weird. She needs to talk. It's like a surprise. It's not like a site. It's like a surprise. I have a 5-year-old. Like, why are you even engaged if this has been an issue?
Right? Like and you haven't
what in the world?
You haven't bonded with you're 6 months pregnant, so you guys have been together for at least 7 months, probably longer if you're engaged. Like, you haven't bonded with that little girl at all. It's just a wild ride.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I mean, I hope it's fake. It's probably not, because horrible stuff like this happens all the time and people are insane. But I just hope the fiance finds this post.
I do too.
And it's just like, oh, that was you. And then
I think the fiance needs to be aware of her true feelings towards his daughter, because
the animosity.
That's something they need to really figure out, because that's not healthy or good.
No, it's not going to go away either. Can you imagine? I mean, most of the time, like 4 and 5-year-olds are pretty cute.
Well, it's a package deal. That's the thing.
Yeah. But imagine when this kid turns into her teenage years and they get that whatever.
Right.
It's going to be even worse for this. Well,
and my point is that this man comes with his daughter. Yeah. It's not.
You can't. It's not.
She can't. Yeah. She cannot ask him. Even the fact that she's like, oh, we could find a couple to raise him. Like, that's ridiculous. This is his child. Who he
clearly loves and adores.
So yeah, that's delusional.
Too far. Yeah, she's lost it. I feel for them because they're bound together now because they're having a child. But wow,
she needs to go to some therapy.
She needs to find the root of that too. Yeah. It's like, that's just bizarre to be jealous of. Like,
well, but I get it. Yeah, even when you have your own kids, they annoy you at times. I mean, that's because your
people are annoying.
Humans living together. Her saying, "I'm not the stepmom type." But you're having a baby. You're
the mom type.
Like, you are.
I just can't imagine.
It's sad.
I just can't imagine.
Feel bad for the little girl.
Oh my gosh. And to have like a situation, like, I can't imagine, especially after losing your mom and knowing that, oh my gosh, there was another good story, not a good story, but there's a story that was circulating about this woman. She's this young woman and she marries this guy that's a widow. Widower. Anyway, tomato. And he has this young child. And so they originally like she moved into the family home and there's pictures of the passed away wife but they're family pictures. And so they end up moving houses. And so they packed everything up. And when they unpacked, they didn't put the family pictures back up with her because, it's new wife, whatever. And one day she was in the garage and she found all the like boxes of all the pictures of the deceased mom and the family pictures. And like, she was adored by the family. It was like a horrible thing when she passed away. And she threw away all of the pictures, all of the clothes that were saved for the daughter, all of it. She just got into a rage and she threw it all away. Well, the daughter was graduating from high school. This is lots of like years later. And the dad's trying to find pictures and stuff until she confessed. She's like, well, I threw everything away. And it was stuff like it was irreplaceable. And so she just took this girl's mother's, all her stuff and just threw it in the garbage. I'm like, that's that kind of woman.
Yeah, that's so sad.
Yeah. I don't even know how you stay like married to someone after that. Like, I can't imagine. If somebody threw away just my like 8th grade report card, I'd be like, get out of my house. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, because sentimental stuff, there's some things that you can't.
It wasn't hers to throw away. That's the thing.
And she did it out of jealousy and cruelty, you know, and just like not thinking about the daughter and like.
Well, and without having a discussion about it. And, you know, it wasn't her. That wasn't her.
Well, and it wasn't like something they were like, we're planning to throw this out eventually. It was like, we're saving this for when she gets older. Yeah. It was just real messed up.
That's sad.
Okay. Here's another wedding story.
This is just like revealing terrible
I know
situations that people are in. Like, what in the world?
You know, it's kind of funny though. Okay. So this is like, am I the a-hole for having a dress code at our wedding? Hello, everyone. We, 29 male and 24 female, are getting married this September. Up until recently, everything had been going to plan and our months of hard work of planning had paid off. The issue lies in the dress code. We've been clear from the beginning that this is going to be a white tie event. So, of course, there are strict rules attached to that. So, white tie event is like the highest level, like coat and tails, formal dresses, fancy.
Oh, okay. Because I was confused if
it's like
because I black tie is
higher than black tie. Higher than black tie. Okay. One thing we are really looking forward to is our wedding shoot. We have spent a large amount of our own money on a photographer who we hired after weeks of research and shopping recommendations. The photographer is highly, highly sought after in our area, and we are lucky to book him last year in advance. So naturally, we are taking this seriously. We have been clear from the very start that the dress code will be fully enforced. The invitations we sent explicitly told our guests that we would be expecting from them white tie, no unnaturally dyed hair, no visible tattoos or piercings, and that they were free to decline the invitation if they had a problem with this. We also sent everybody who RSVP'd a reminder over email several weeks ago repeating this instruction. This was going fine until one of our mothers has recently posted on Facebook a picture of a cocktail dress that she wants to wear on the day. Of course, this isn't included in our dress code, so we informed her right away that the dress would be unacceptable. Another woman, a family friend, asked if she could bring flat shoes to change into after the ceremony, and again, we directed her to the white tie instructions. Unfortunately, this has caused a lot of unnecessary drama throughout both our families and even some friends. Both sets of parents, cousins, some siblings, and many more people have messaged us privately to ask us to relax our dress code and allow them to be flexible. This isn't happening. So we have just pointed to our white tie only policy and told them that they accepted the rules when they RSVP'd. In our opinion, while wearing knee-length dresses and suits rather than a tux might be appropriate for day-to-day life, they will look out of place at our wedding as it's supposed to be fully formal. We are hosting a private event where we are able to set the rules. Having been at other weddings over the years, we have fully complied with the wishes of the marrying couple, and we do not see why we should not be given the same treatment. Since we made this clear, we've been called a-holes by the people around us. However, in our opinion, this is our wedding, and we've been clear about our preferences all along. We have even told our guests that if anyone has a problem with this, they are free to drop, even though we are still be paying for their seats now. Are they the a-holes for having a dress code at their wedding?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, especially if they're specifying such personal things as tattoos and piercings. Like, I'm sorry, but
you don't get to dictate my hair color.
And hair color. Oh, yeah, hair I don't know what kind of friends these people have or family members, because for some people that would be a pretty big obstacle. I personally don't even know what a white tie, like what would I even wear? Apparently, it's full length. Like, it has to be down to the ground.
Yeah, it's like a gown and like it's like tuxes with tails type of thing. Here's the thing though. If all your family and some of your friends are saying that, to me, it's like your family's not a white tie family. Right. You know what I mean? Like, it's one thing if like your hoity-toity family, like I know there's families in America usually pretty well off that do like you have to dress a certain way. I've seen some of those weddings and was happy I was not invited.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh, I would not have anything to wear. But it's like clearly if everybody in your family is like, this doesn't work for us.
Yeah. Well, because she does say, she or he says that they've had a bunch of private messages.
Yeah.
And I understand where they're coming from because they have this fantasy picture in their minds of what they want it to be. But the fact that they're not being flexible at all, I think is ridiculous because they can still get great photos if people have a little bit of flexibility to express themselves and who they are. They can still dress really nice. I mean, just think of the red carpet. Like think of the red carpet and so, like the variety that you see. So, oh gosh.
That's just, I don't know.
It's too far. I think having a dress code, if that's how you want to do your wedding, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And I don't think you're being an a-hole for having a dress code.
No.
But being so extremely unflexible and also combining that with the standard of that it is.
Yeah. Well,
it's crazy.
It's not like they want to wear jeans. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, what are you doing? I don't know. It's just, I think.
And even the shoe thing. I'm sorry. I'm that person.
Oh my gosh. Like, I'm not going to wear heels the whole night dancing. No.
Yeah. So I'm that person that would be like, I can't be comfortable.
No.
I have to be in pain. I'm not going to come.
No. Heck no. If I have to buy, actually I would have to buy a new outfit. But if I have to like buy like a fancy gown that I would never wear again. Actually at my cousin's wedding. Yeah, rent the runway. My cousin, she had a beautiful wedding and it took me forever to find a dress because it was like, there's nothing where we live. There's no dress shops like that were appropriate. And then I ordered like 3 different dresses and then I had to send 2 of them back. And then I ordered another dress and it was like, there's no time to send it back. And it was like half a size too big. So it needed to be altered. And like, I didn't find cute shoes for it. And like the vision I had, like I had a friend and she looked so cute. She was all in black. And then she wore these like red ballet flats and she looked so adorable. I tried to pull off the same look. I did not look so adorable. And so it's just like, but by that time I didn't have other options. And it was like, I had traveled. So it's like, I didn't have my anything. And when I went, I felt very underdressed and like just not good.
That's too bad.
So I appreciate a dress code, like when people say like dress like this. And I do wish that I had like a pretty dress that day.
Yeah.
But when I look back at it, it wasn't like I was dressed inappropriately or should have been kicked out. Not that I was kicked out. But anyway, this is a random tangent of just my feelings on the fact that I never appropriately dressed. Like, some people are like always it's better to be overdressed than underdressed. I'm like, no, I'd like to be severely underdressed. And then I go and I'm just like, what? This is a funeral? Why am I wearing hot pink? Like, it's just...
Oh, bad.
Anyway, sorry. Tangent.
I know someone who I wasn't at this wedding, but their dress code was that they wanted everyone to wear white and khaki or tan.
Yeah.
Which I initially thought that's odd, but it turned out so beautiful. It just looked, all their pictures, everything just looked really,
like cohesive.
really nice. Yeah.
I get it. Like, I get why you want an aesthetic and a look.
But that's just a color. Like, pick a color. Like, that's way easier to follow.
Yeah. I just, again, going back to like tattoos and piercings, and it's just like cover up who you are.
Right.
Like, and not everybody can cover up their piercings and tattoos easily.
Yep.
So anyway, I just not a fan.
No. Yep.
Okay.
They're being a-holes.
This last one is horrible. I don't know why I picked it, but we're just going to go there. So this is a text that somebody shared. Again, I don't know if these are 100% real or not because it's the internet, you never know. So this is, I believe this was a text that was sent to like a group text to the admin, not the admins. Oh my gosh. To the
bridesmaids?
The bridesmaids.
Okay.
Hey girls, I have something I need to run by y'all. So M didn't have cancer when I invited her to be a bridesmaid, but now I'm having second thoughts about her being in the wedding. Like, she mentioned the other day that her hair has started to fall out a bit, and I noticed that it was looking thinner than normal. I just can't envision having you all having all you beautiful ladies up there with me looking fabulous, and then M with no hair. I just feel like it'll distract from me and my fiance. And I just don't want to, I just feel it wouldn't fit with the look I'm going for. Do you think I could ask her to wear a wig, or should I tell her I don't think she should be a bridesmaid anymore? Help, LOL. And the first response is, WTF, are you serious right now?
Wow.
Oh my gosh. Can you imagine?
I'm just absorbing this.
Why are people horrible?
That's so mean.
Yeah, it's awful. Like, can you imagine like going through something as traumatic as cancer and losing your hair as a woman, which is a big deal, and feeling horrible and fighting for your life, and then being disinvited or asked to wear a wig?
Yeah.
Oof. Yikes.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's real effed up. If I feel like if I got that message from somebody that had asked me to be a bridesmaid, I probably wouldn't be in the wedding. I'd probably be like, I don't think I can be friends with you if this is how you really think about people.
Yeah.
That you supposedly love. I feel like I traumatized you, Jayme, with all these stories. Because you're so light and airy, and it's just like horrible, 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 extra horrible.
Yeah, I know. I think my threshold has been maxed out. Because I don't even know what. I just feel like there's always so much more context, and I want these people to change and see the light and be nice.
Yeah. Yeah. And we don't get resolution because we don't know what they ended up doing.
I know.
But yeah. I just wonder how many people out there have experienced some horribleness at a wedding where they were made to feel like my friend is not really my friend. I was the maid of honor. I feel like I forced it actually at a wedding. So my best friend was getting married.
What? Being
the maid of honor. Oh. Yeah. I think she wanted her sister to be.
Does she listen to this podcast?
I don't know. Maybe. I don't care. I say what I want.
Okay.
No filter. And I would say this to her face, like, trust me.
Okay.
I would not hesitate to say anything. Okay. So she's like, we're 20 and she's getting married. And I was so excited and I wanted to be the maid of honor. And I told her that, like, I'm the maid of honor. And I think she wanted her sister to be the maid of honor because obviously, like, that's a closer relationship. But her sister was already married. So she was the matron of honor.
Okay.
And I was the maid of honor.
Okay.
Pretty sure that, yeah. But like, so we ordered dresses and my dress didn't come. And so it was, we had put a rush on it. Like, we ordered it in time, but it was back ordered and we couldn't get it. And so like the dress did not come. And so it's the night of the rehearsal dinner and the dress is still not there. And I had to tell her that. And I just started like sobbing, like, I'm so sorry. My dress, you didn't make it. And oh my gosh, I was freaking out. And so, she's like, it's fine. And so my mom, thankfully she could sew. She had to sew a dress that night.
Oh,
so we did a really simple like dress. So it wasn't like intricate or anything, but we just did something that kind of matched the other bridesmaid dresses. And theirs had like tulle and it was, sweeping and all. And mine was just kind of a crepe, like long dress. But that was like freaking traumatic.
No kidding.
Yeah.
For your mom too, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's a lot of pressure.
Yeah. But she likes to like come in and try and save the day. So I'm sure.
So she got to do that.
Yeah, she got to do that. But yeah, it was a rough night.
Dang.
Yeah. Anyway, that's my.
But that's nice. She said she was like reassuring to you that it was okay and that it all worked out. So that's good.
Yeah.
She wasn't like, well,
you're out of my wedding.
In my wedding.
Yeah. I just have read so many stories too about girls that have like basically told people like, you can't be over 120 pounds in my wedding and just stuff like that, like really dictated like your body needs to look like this. I read one that was like, this bride was like, you can't cut your hair, like I want all long hair. And this girl cut her hair and she was just like, you've ruined my wedding. And it's just like delusion.
So dumb.
It's so weird. Like, I get it. Like, we're all like the main character of our own story, but we don't live in this world alone. And I just can't imagine making my friends feel bad about themselves or jeopardizing relationships that I've had for years over one day that honestly we put way too much emphasis on anyway.
Yeah.
Because I've seen lots of young couples that focus on the wedding and not the marriage and the relationship. And it's like,
Yeah, that's not good.
Anyway, yeah. Weddings make people go crazy. I actually went crazy at my best friend's wedding. So the same wedding.
You're the one that went crazy.
Yeah. So it's like, and they didn't have a videographer, or this would have been like back in the day on America's Funniest Videos or something. So like, she's going to throw, they throw the bouquet. And so all of these girls I knew, because we were 20. So like we had tons of high school friends there still, so it's like I got them all together. I'm like, I sat them down. I was like, look, I know everybody here wants to catch the bouquet and they think they're going to be cute and catch it, but that's my best friend and I'm catching the bouquet. She's going to throw it right to me. So all y'all, for the picture, you're just going to be like, yay. And then there's going to be you guys, a gap, and then me. And she's going to turn over her shoulder and she's going to throw it right to me. Everybody understand? So I was the like maid of honor Zilla. So anyway, we all get in position. And so my friend, she goes to throw it. So she tosses up and it's arcing beautiful right to me. I'm short, right? I'm a short person. So all of a sudden I'm like reaching up to grab it. And this girl that I don't know comes in from the side who's probably has like 4 inches on me. And she reaches above my head to try and get it. Well, we kind of grab it at the same time. And so I pull it down with all my might. I throw my right elbow into her. Then I throw my left elbow the other way. I turned and I kicked her. And it's like the bouquet is like in shambles. And like I look around and like I've gone into cheetah mode. So I'm just like, I will kill you. So everybody's just looking like, what just happened? And like there's still pictures of it. And it's just like,
that is hilarious.
It was so intense.
So why did you want the bouquet so bad?
Because I had big plans. Like she was my best friend. And it's like for me, it was just really important for me to have that. And I was the one that introduced them and helped them to get together because they met when we were like freshmen in high school or sophomores.
So it was more sentimental about the wedding, not like you wanted to be next? Or?
No. It was all about the fact that like this happened because of me. No, but it was just like I was there from the beginning. Like when they first started dating, this was back in the day where we would do 3-way calling. And so I was better friends with him and I was good friends with her. So I would be on their original calls to help bridge the gap of awkwardness. And then eventually they didn't need that anymore, and they were at whatever. Now they're married with 4 kids. Just saying, I've match made for 2 people now and both couples are married and have had lots of babies. Yeah. So very good matchmaker. But yeah, I just wanted, and it was like my fantasy one day I would get married and I was going to take some of her bouquet and some of my mom's bouquet and my grandma's bouquet, like the flowers, and like crumple them and wrap them in like the stem of my bouquet, like the holder.
Oh.
It's going to be like a whole thing. Like I had a whole wedding fantasy and now I'm like, I'm never getting married. So anyway, that's my wedding story. But
my goodness.
That was a good one.
That's actually really funny to picture.
And I'm very like non-confrontational as far as like aggressive. Like I'll say something like, hey, you hurt my feelings. But like I realized in that moment, I can never let this get away from me because I will go into animal mode and not know what I mean, I've done that before too. I'll tell a story later on eventually because I don't want to get sued. But it's like where it's like, if I let it go, I will just get triggered. And then it's like, boom. But yeah, I don't love weddings. Like, I don't know. Are you a wedding person? Like you haven't been to a ton, right?
I haven't been to a ton. It's been so long since I've been at a wedding. Mm-hmm. I love weddings though.
Oh.
I absolutely, so fun. I love it. I would love to go to people's weddings. I don't even know if I would be a wedding crasher.
Oh, love it.
Because
you can get paid to be a bridesmaid, right?
No.
There's a whole industry where people need extra.
Your second job.
Not me. You could do it.
I'm 42.
You could do it though, because people get married and it's like,
what do you
look
mean?
young.
Who hires people?
Like, so let's say like you
bridesmaid?
don't have enough, like maybe the groom has more friends than you or whatever, and you want it to look balanced, or you just need extra people in your party and you don't have enough friends, or somebody drops out and you need even whatever, they'll hire a bridesmaid. Yeah, it's like a whole thing. I'll send you information on it. And so you get paid. So and so you're just basically hired to be like an escort for the day for the bride and just help out and, just be
I would
like
love
a bridesmaid.
that job.
Yeah, I think you would be great at it.
I
would be horrible. I'd be like, "Where's the cake? I'm just here because I want the good stuff."
Well, that's
I
part
hear
of
the
why I like
speeches.
weddings. Yes,
because I want to hear
the reception. It's the food. It's the dancing. It's the people watching. Yeah.
But I hate the like, oh, how do you know the bride and groom? Like, how do you know? Oh my gosh, I was at my cousin's.
Because you hate small talk.
Yeah,
I am fabulous at small talk.
I know. That's why you would love it. I was at my cousin's wedding and again, I was dressed kind of like, I don't know. And I got sick, of course, because I always get sick if I eat food. And I had to use the restroom and I'm like going into this bathroom and the person did not lock the door. And it's one of the like groomsmen with his wee out.
Oh gosh.
Peeing. And I'm just like, oh, sorry. And I'm just like, that is not how I wanted to meet the groom's brother. Like,
oh gosh.
It was so awkward. And then I was just like, and I still have to go to the bathroom. And he was talking on the phone. I'm like, who talks on the phone while they're going to the bathroom in a public bathroom at a wedding? Please wash your hands, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. I'm not a great wedding person.
Well, I would love to go to weddings. I never had a fantasy about my own wedding. Mm-hmm. I really didn't care about much.
Anything? Yeah.
Really, no. I mean, my wedding dress was not an official wedding dress. I think it was probably a bridesmaid's dress.
Mm-hmm. But beautiful.
And it was $50.
Yeah.
And
you got married on a beach though, right?
I wanted to, but no, I got married on my parents' property in the yard under a tent. And we got married just
pictures on the beach because I feel like there's a beach picture.
We went on our honeymoon on the beach, but
okay.
We got married. We weren't under the tent when we got married, but we had our reception under the tent, and then it poured rain when we were under the tent. But I planned my wedding in 2 weeks, and I was in Belize, and we had basically no money. So I had my friends pick flowers and make bouquets kind of. And then one of my friends was like, don't you think that would be a cool bouquet? It was this tree that had these blossoms that kind of were in a circle kind of, but it was like one big flower. I was like, yeah, that's cool. So that was my bouquet. Wow. I mean, I just didn't care. I just was like,
you were just happy to get married.
Yeah, I just didn't. And we got married in Belize, and we got married so quickly.
Yeah.
We had a very short engagement, and I had not even all my family was there. So I had one sibling there. It was my younger brother. And then Tony only has one sister. And so my brother was my person, and his sister was his person. And she was like, what do you want me to wear? I'm like, I don't know. A dress? I literally didn't tell her. I was just like, just wear a dress. Like, I didn't care.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I mean, maybe I would do it differently, but honestly, I still don't really care that much. And then we had a reception when we came back. And but I didn't have like a wedding. I didn't know what the heck I was doing. I never fantasized about a wedding. So I just was like, I don't know. I don't know what I want. I don't care. I just want to get married. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah. I think it's funny the people that really get into the wedding, like they have the secret wedding board on Pinterest so nobody knows they're planning. And
I mean, I would do something different. I'm sure I would do things differently now, but at that time, literally didn't have money and wasn't planning on going into a bunch of debt. I mean, and people gave us money for a wedding present, and then we used that money to pay, and it was like just enough money to pay for the food, because I did hire somebody to do the food and stuff there, and yeah, it was great. I don't even know what we ate. I know for the dessert we had fruit pizza.
Oh my gosh.
And I think we had some kind of cheesecake. I don't know.
Yeah.
I remember I had fun at my wedding, but I didn't go into all kinds of planning.
You didn't have to do like a million giveaways and this and that.
Yeah, and I had a lot of friends, and it would have been hard, I think, to make a wedding happen and have, you know, all my friends be in the wedding party. I mean, it just becomes this whole big thing. And I was just not prepared to do that. I just was like,
that sounds like no fun.
Yeah. And expensive. And
like,
I mean, it would have been cool, but at the same time, I thought my wedding was,
and also it's
totally
one
fine.
day.
I know. Again, I keep going back to that we didn't have money, but I mean, I would have rather put the money into the honeymoon or into, I don't know, a couch.
People put like a down payment on a house for their wedding budget. You know what I mean? Where it's just like, if I had that, I would buy a house, you know, or you could pay for two brand new cars or whatever. It's just your dress is the same cost of my car brand new.
Right.
Like,
yeah, my wedding was extremely cheap.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm a fan. Like, I'm a fan to be within your means. I mean, I'm fully enjoying, again, like I have a couple old, you know, youth group kids that are grown now and they're getting married, and I just watch their planning and stuff, and it's so elaborate and so beautiful and so wonderful.
Well, I am not opposed to that at all. I would love to enjoy other people's weddings like that, you know, and I just wasn't in that place. Yeah. That's just not.
It's not really how you roll, though, anyway.
It isn't.
Like, I think even if you were planning a wedding today, I can't imagine you being like, so my budget is $55,000. No. Like, you know what I mean? Like, like you wouldn't be like, Beth, guess how much this dress costs? $3,000.
No, not at all. I'd be like, I found this dress at the thrift store or whatever. You know?
And I dyed it myself. Yeah. I added a pocket. Like, okay, cool. So yeah, I don't know. All I know is that like life's too short to be a bridezilla. Or to like have demands on your family that are unreasonable, or to ask your partner to like put their child up for adoption.
Yeah. Seriously. That's insane.
Gosh. Yeah. So if you're a bridezilla and listening to this, I just want to give you this advice. Just stop. Everybody around you just wants you to stop. They just can't wait for your wedding to be over so that you'll stop.
Yep.
And
I think I would have eloped.
Yeah. That sounds wonderful. I would love, honestly, if I met someone just to show up married one day. You know what I mean? Like,
I do.
Just not even tell anybody we eloped, not post a picture, not like make it Facebook official or Instagram official. Just one day my friends come over like, why is there a man in your house? And we'd be like, that's just Gus.
Oh, that's my husband.
Yeah. We got married like 6 months ago, just very like that.
I don't think you would do that though.
I think I would.
No, you would not.
Yeah, I would love it. Because I don't like to be the center of attention unless I want to be the center of attention. And I don't know.
You're going to have a dance party. If you ever get married, you're going to have a dance party wedding. That's what you're going to do.
Maybe. We'll see. I don't know. I did meet somebody first, but as of right now, I'm married to this podcast and my couch.
Beth is single.
Yeah. And not ready to mingle really. So hit me up in 6 months. Yeah. But I'm definitely like, again, I love wedding season as far as like seeing the creativity that comes out of it. I love seeing like the stories on Instagram of like people's families together and just like, when you actually see people that are in love, just like excited to get married and, like it's just a beautiful thing, especially like the real young. Like they're real young, the 27-year-olds. Yeah. They're so young. It's just, I don't know. I just think it's super magical. And as long as people are being kind, it's like, it's a beautiful thing. We need to end with a really great wedding quote.
Marriage.